Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to react to another episode of Heartstopper. This is episode 7. It is called Bully. Now I just got off watching a absolutely thrilling episode of Euphoria. Coincidentally also episode 7, Lexi's play. And I assume based on the title of this episode that it is going to take my emotions from up here to way more down here. You know, we don't want bullying to happen, right? Obviously, we all know that bullying sucks, and that this specific group of people throughout time has not had the best go of it, if we're being honest. And I need to make that clear. I'm aware that bullying happens. I feel like my point that I was trying to make last episode may have gotten a little lost in the weeds for some people. I think some people were trying to say that I didn't think any of this bullying happens at all. That's not what I was saying, I promise. But, you know, we're going to see what happens this next episode. So, before we jump into this episode, please consider leaving a like on the video. That means a lot to me and helps my channel out a lot. If you're new here or you find yourself come back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of Heartstopper. We got the season finale coming up next time, and then seasons 2 and 3 whenever they come out. I'll be watching those as well. So if you're interested in that, stick around. But then if you want to support me even further, consider checking out my Patreon. That is linked in the description below. On my Patreon, you can get the full uncut version of this reaction, and you can get next episode's reaction slightly early. Your support over there would mean the world. But otherwise, let's jump into episode 7 of Heartstopper.
Nick's invited me around to the cinema with his friends.
Oh.
Ooh.
Okay.
My man, how many pairs of Converse do you have? Converse for every color.
Actually, me and Nick, we're kind of going out.
Called it.
You can't.
Called it.
So is he your boyfriend?
We're not ready to label it yet. We're just, you know. Shut up.
Well done though. Your crush on him was super embarrassing.
Go away.
It was. Facts. Super embarrassing. She's so awkward and funny though. I love her. I don't know why.
Since we're boyfriends.
What? We're not boyfriends. Why would you think we're boyfriends?
Charles, it's not the same, brother.
If any of those boys says anything, does anything nasty, you just call me, okay?
Nick's gonna be there.
Yeah, he'll beat them to death. Just kidding. He won't do that, but someone else will beat them up.
Are you sure your friends are gonna be okay with me being here?
Yeah, of course. We'll be fine. Ben and Harry aren't coming.
Oh, good.
I don't know. They all probably think I'm this, like, gay nerd.
I mean, are they
Well,
wrong?
you kind of are a gay nerd.
Shut up, rugby lad.
You are a gay nerd. Just chill though, you're cool.
Right, look, Nick and his best
Oh no. I thought Harry wasn't coming.
Boy, just looking behind.
They both came. God, they suck. Oh, and that's why?
This is your mate there. With Charlie. Never even spoke.
You're a stupid liar.
Char. Are you okay? I honestly had no idea they'd be here. I wouldn't have suggested we come if I'd known.
Char.
Cha. Like Charmander. Charmander. It's cute nicknames.
No, I'm never calling you it again.
Facts. I mean, it's not that good of a nickname, if we're being honest. There's way better nicknames. What movie are we watching? Ooh, Ben noticed. Ben noticed. He noticed the holding hands. Ooh. Yes. Yes. Slight hand holding in public. Baby steps.
So, Charlie Spring, quick question. What's it like being gay?
What the heck? What is that?
You do sound sort of gay, but that's it. Do you like musicals?
Harry, can you just piss off, please?
Yeah, I like musicals. I'm not gay.
What about Harry Styles? He's pretty sexy.
Yo, Harry Styles is pretty sexy, but
What about
still,
Nick?
this guy's a
I think
dickhole.
he's hot.
Are you joking? Nick's not even my type.
Oh, Charlie.
You do. Stop. Wow. Take a
Yes,
joke.
defend. It's not a good joke. You're an asshole.
My dad's here. I have to go.
Charlie. I'm so sorry.
It's fine.
No.
Yo, Nick, you gotta stop hanging out with these kids, man.
I'm honestly used to it by now. I'll see you at school.
Just because you're used to it doesn't mean it's tolerable or should be tolerable. It sucks. Ben, get the hell out of here.
I saw you holding hands with him in the cinema.
Good for you.
Are you going out with him then?
What do you care?
You actually thought I liked you. You were just there like some tragic loser with barely any friends who ate lunch alone every day and let bullies walk all over you. I never liked you. I'm not even gay. I just felt really sorry for you.
Charlie, ready to go?
Yeah.
Yo, I hope Ben gets beat up.
All over the place as well.
Go on then. What's your problem with Charlie?
He doesn't exactly fit in with us, does he? Can't play rugby. He's got this weird friend who won't leave me alone.
You're the one that...
There's a problem with him being gay.
Come on, none of us are being homophobic.
You
Shut
are?
up, Harry. You made him so uncomfortable with your gay questions.
Someone really needs to learn to take a joke.
It's not a good joke.
Aw, you're getting so angry. You can't help wanting to protect him, can you? Because he's a pathetic little fag.
Fight, let's go.
So you're going to tell me what happened?
No, he's not Olivia Colman.
There's not really anything to tell.
Oh, Nikki, come on, baby.
Oh, she brought the dog with?
I'm just so angry at myself for not seeing that all of my friends suck.
Facts.
Charlie's a really special friend, isn't he?
Olivia Colman, you know what's going on. I don't like this. I just want these kids to be happy.
Looking for your boyfriend? I know I'm attractive, mate. There's no need to stare. You alright, mate? You wanna fight too?
You clearly didn't get hugged much as a child, but if you're craving human contact that badly, you could just say so.
Tao, just leave it. Everything's
Yeah,
fine.
facts. Tao.
At least he knows his place.
What is... Yo. Someone... I hate this kid so badly.
Hi.
What happened?
He got in a little bit of fisticuffs.
You didn't have to do that.
He did, though. He did.
Miss, I'm used to people saying stuff about me.
You shouldn't
That
have
doesn't make... Yeah, that doesn't make it okay.
I don't even want to be friends with those people anymore.
I don't expect you to dump your friends for me.
He's not dumping them for you. He's just dumping them because of who they are.
I'm tired of all of them.
No one else in that class notices them, though. I feel like it's not a secret anymore. This is his sad spot.
Harry just thinks it's fun to pick on people. He was in my maths class last year.
Did he ever say anything to you?
Probably, because he's a dickhole.
Surprise, he's transphobic as well. I'm not surprised Nick started a fight with him. If Harry was being a dick to Charlie, of course.
Is there something actually going on between Nick and Charlie?
Yes. Tao, pull your head out of the sand.
Yeah. They're going out.
And you've been so mean to him.
Who else knows?
Oh, is he gonna be mad that he's the last one to know?
Darcy.
I feel so stupid. I should go. My mom's probably waiting.
Tao!
See you later.
Wait!
Yeah, I mean, I get Tao's anger a little bit. Being the last one to know a secret is gotta be frustrating, because you kind of feel like you're on the outside of that group in that moment. But coupled in all the emotions of him being a jerk to Nick over the past couple of weeks and months, it's just been a lot. Oh, that's Tao. I was like, who the heck is this kid? I only recognized him because of his hair.
Make sure you leave the bedroom door open a tad, okay?
What a sly little wink from his mom there. Bro, I would love if the neighbor was not mowing the lawn right now.
He thinks that I'll accidentally say something stupid and out Nick to all of Nick's mates. And obviously he cares more about Nick's feelings than mine.
I don't think he thinks he'll say something stupid.
I don't know why I'm so afraid of being alone.
Everyone is. Tao and Elle sitting in a tree, drawing shoes and kissing. I couldn't make it fit within the rhythm. Tao. Tao, why would you say that?
You okay?
Yo, take Nick to get lunch with Tao.
Alright, mate.
Not the person I wanted to show up.
What's this?
Hey,
Tao and Elle. Who's Elle?
just give it back.
Aw, did your girlfriend draw it?
Give it back now.
Come and get it.
Wait, lads, look at this.
Bruh. Oh, one-handed shove? With the apple juice.
I mean, the fight with Harry was my fault.
It wasn't, though.
It was. It was my fault.
No, it wasn't.
Maybe it would be better if we just...
Come on, apparently Harry Green's fighting some year 10 by the picnic tables.
Good thing you didn't finish that conversation. Let's go, Tao. Come on, Tao. Beat his ass, Tao. Tao, you're not very good at fighting, brother. Yes, Nick, let's go.
What happened?
Why didn't you tell me about you and Nick?
What?
I thought we were friends, but I guess you just forgot about me. Just leave me alone.
Oh, Tao. wanted only happiness. Ugh. Not happy. This is not how things were supposed to go. Just sorry, the image of Paul Dano and the Batman just came into my head. Oh, this is not how things were supposed to go. Yeah, this was an upsetting episode. Definitely. I mean, some things were good. Nick realizing that all his friends suck butthole was excellent. Loved that. And I'm glad that he is deciding that he doesn't want to be friends with them anymore. It's a bummer that Charlie thinks that he's like ruining Nick's life and that this is his fault that Nick got in a fight, because it's not. Like, right? Like Nick is realizing these things about himself, and so the things that Harry's saying is not just like an attack on Charlie. It's also a direct attack on Nick. Like, Nick is like, yo, you can't just like call people that. You can't say these awful things about this type of person because I'm this type of person. Like, so he's fighting Harry for multiple reasons. You know, also even if Nick wasn't bisexual and he was straight and he was just friends with Charlie, right? Like you're directly making fun of one of his friends. Like that in itself is them fighting words. You know, Harry deserves his ass beat. Like, it's he's just like the most antagonistic person, and he just is constantly saying awful things, and I hate that child so much. Hopefully no one says mean things to the actor though, because he's just doing his job. But it's just so frustrating because it's, you know, I don't know how to explain it. It's just so, it just makes me mad, you know, seeing these things happen and just this like continual harassment from this one kid, and no one does anything. Like, no one says anything to anyone. No one says anything to their teachers. And at this point, the only solution is to fight him. And just knowing how things work, like, the only people that are going to get in trouble are going to be like Tao and Nick. Like, they're going to be the ones that get in trouble for fighting Harry. Harry's going to get, you know, let go scot-free. And it's just, it's frustrating. As you know, everything was going wrong. Tao feels left out of his friend group because Charlie didn't tell him about Nick, and Tao thinks it's because Charlie is afraid that he's gonna say something stupid and out Nick. But that's not why Charlie didn't tell him. Charlie didn't tell him because he's just been super antagonistic towards Nick the whole series. Like, he's straight up, you know, been accusing Nick of like using Charlie. And it's just like a miscommunication of where each side is coming from. And so Tao just feels super left out, and he feels upset that Charlie didn't tell him. And then he gets in a fight because, you know, well, he gets in a fight because of his own reasons. You know, Harry's been being a jerk to him all season as well. And takes his drawing that him and Elle made, because he's secretly also falling in love with Elle. And there's a whole lot of emotions intermixed with all this. One point, Tao is not good at fighting. He needs to step up his fisticuffs. But it's just like he blames the whole thing on Charlie, and it's like Charlie's just gonna be feeling super down about himself, and it's just so frustrating, right? Because we want only good things to happen to these people. I don't know what else to say, man. I was emotionally just so happy after watching the most recent episode of Euphoria, and then going to this episode, and I'm just instant bummer. Like, oh, I need this season to end on a positive note. Like, I think that's one of the things that's so refreshing about this show is like, and a few people have brought this up in the comments, but it's something I've been aware of, is that a lot of times in media, like shows and movies, a lot of the stories that are often told about gay people or bi people or trans people is always told from this like tragedy standpoint. It's always, you know, the heartbreak of gay people, like how, like, let's tell a story about how it sucks to be gay. And this is, I think, particularly refreshing, because it's for the most part so far it's just been, let's tell a story about, you know, some wholesome love between people who happen to be gay. like it's not like a, it's very different in terms of its style and approach to how it's telling the LGBT story, if that makes sense. So, you know, to have an episode where it is back to being very reflective of the, you know, shortcomings in the tragedy, so for lack of a better word, of the gay experience, it's particularly frustrating, especially just like seeing anything like this happen to characters you care about in general sucks, but when it's associated and drawn upon from a very bigoted and just hateful place, it sucks even more. So I don't know what else to say, man. I need the next episode to be happier, essentially. Hopefully, if you're watching this, hopefully, I mean, I don't even know if saying hopefully none of this has ever happened to you would be helpful, because it probably has. So hopefully none of this happens to you in the future. If this type of thing has happened to you, I'm sorry. Like, I know this isn't necessarily worth much or helpful, but, you know, coming from me, I guess, but, you know, I hope that if you went through this type of thing, that things are better now. And if they aren't, I hope that you find someone you can talk to about it, and I hope that they are empathetic, and that you can find people that are going to love you for who you are and be friends with you for who you are, and that you can at the very least tune these people out. I don't know. It's frustrating. It's particularly frustrating for me, you know, as someone who is a straight white man, who is a Christian, you know, to see people who are similar to me in certain respects be hateful and mean towards members of the LGBT community, and just like treat them as less than people, is just particularly frustrating, especially now, even like in the political climate we're in now, like where they're literally making laws that are like an attack on your identity and an attack on your freedoms. It's particularly frustrating, and I know I've said a couple things, even last episode, where I was like, I don't know if that bullying is super realistic now. I mean, it has been in the past, but now I don't know if it's super as spot on. But I know I've said some things that may not have thrilled certain individuals watching these videos. I hope that doesn't come off as me being like, you know, not supportive, right? Because that's the last thing I want. I want this channel to be an accepting place, no matter what background you come from. So I think that's where I'll leave that. But if you let me know what you guys thought of this episode. I mean, obviously, you're probably not gonna have positive thoughts about the episode, but definitely let me know all your thoughts. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. That means a lot to me and helps my channel out a ton. If you're new here, or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload, especially if you want to see me react to more of Heartstopper. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That's where I post all those. On Patreon, you can also get next episode's reaction slightly early. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.